Alright, well then, ladies and gentlemen, since we got FLINS, I think it is finally time that we go ahead and take on the brand new artifact domain which released with Notcry, so that we can get the signature sets for both our FLINS as well as our INEFFA. INEFFA, of course, we pulled just before Notcry randomly. I wasn't planning to, but then, you know, I wanted my best in slot team for FLINS, and then of course FLINS we did pull just a few days ago now. Unfortunately, he wasn't very cooperative in coming home. But most importantly, we got there in the end, and he is still my favorite Notcry character no matter what, and probably my favorite character to release since Rizely. So we want to give him the best treatment possible. As you guys can see, we are currently on a 2-piece attack. We don't have very many pieces for the new set because I was focusing more on talents. So yeah, we don't have many pieces. We'll have to wait and see. So what we're going to do here is we're probably going to do a couple of runs, see if we can get any good pieces, and then after that maybe I'll show some good runs where we got some good pieces, and then at the end we will go ahead and meet up again and level up all of our artifacts which have some potential. So yeah, with that being said, that's the plan for today. But real quick before we hop into things, if you guys want to pull any Notcry characters, then that's the perfect thing for you, and that's today's sponsor, lootbar.gg. You can use Lootbar to top up in your favorite games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and save up to 25% with special great value offers such as the all-in-one bundle and the 6480 Genesis Crystals pack, which now applies on Xbox and PS5 as well. Lootbar leverages favorable exchange rates and uses Hoyoverse partner ads so you can get the most affordable prices and the same top-up bonuses you would in-game. Thanks to the Genshin anniversary with Notcry's release and the top-up bonus refresh, this means you can also receive double on your first purchase on Lootbar. Lootbar is safe, simple and secure as you only need to enter your UID and region in order to get fast delivery. When I decided to buy one of my friends a Welcome Moon, all I had to do was enter in their UID and region, and I received the purchase in literally less than 10 seconds. Creators like DuckTV and Jello Impact are also collaborating with Lootbar, so they are trustworthy, and they also have thousands of positive reviews on Trustpilot, and I've used it myself before, so I can vouch for the authenticity and speed. New users also get 10% off, so be sure to check out Lootbar using the link below. Thank you to Lootbar, and back to the video. Well then, with that all out the way, let's go ahead and get started now. When it comes to the team, we're going to be using FLINS. Of course, it is just going to be his current best in slot team, or at least what I personally think is his current best in slot team. Of course, I am very curious to see how when characters like Columbina, Yehoda release, will there be upgrades to the likes of Aino or Sucrose? Because right now he does have 2 4-stars in his team, which is not very common, especially for recent character releases. I completely forgot to use RE and Q on our Aino as well. But this is definitely one of my favorite feeling teams in the entire game right now. And the best part is it makes farming this domain so much easier, because if you don't have Lunar Charge reactions, it's not a difficult domain, it's just pretty annoying. This makes it around 3 times faster. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, we have a lot of resin we need to get through. We have 3 transient resin first of all, and then we have about 30 fragile resin to get through as well. So yeah, also one thing I will say is what makes this process so much quicker than it used to be is that, of course, back we had to go ahead and craft condensed resin. Now we can just straight up use the resin to claim the rewards, or which just makes it so much easier. So yeah, we as soon as we go through our transient resin, I will show you guys all the fragile resin we have prepared for this domain as well. When it comes to FLINS' playstyle, also I've been really enjoying it. I just wish there was more use cases for his big ultimate. I'm not sure if maybe his C1 or his signature weapon fixed that. I think his Sig might help it a bit, and then maybe if you run official instead of INEFFA, because I think her battery is slightly better. We'll lock this only as an off-piece for our cryo characters, although we do have some very good cryo goblets, so we probably don't need it, but I'll just do it just in case. But yeah, as I was saying, actually, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, like I said, I love FLINS' gameplay. You know, I love the skill into special burst. I do wish just normal attacks did a bit more damage, so this would feel a bit more satisfying before you can pop the next EQ. But you know, I like the EEQ, then basic attacks, and then EQ playstyle. It is pretty damn fun. I don't know why, but for some reason Electric is just getting all of the fun characters recently. But yeah, as you can see, we have 35 fragile resin. We use 3 transient resin. We're probably going to use around 32 of these, so that will bring us to 35 resin total, which is basically 200 resin, or sorry, 2,000 resin rather. So 2,000 resin worth of artifacts in the brand new domain. We'll have to wait and see if we will actually get anything good from it. So again, let's just go ahead and do our little rotation here. The Lunar Charge damage numbers are just so satisfying. I also just really love the font on it as well. Not going to complain about that, but yeah, like I said, FLINS' playstyle, very, very fun. We did use him a bit in the Abyss. Of course, the Abyss video would have come out before this one, and that's using him. Of course, this Abyss is shitting him quite a bit, both when it comes to the enemies as well as the buffs. But that is exactly why I kept him at 189 talents, as well as not on his signature artifact set. But now that we have finished that run, it is time for us to farm his artifacts, and also because I have a day off right now. So you know what? What better thing do I have other than to run about 30 runs of the brand new artifact domain. So yeah, that's gonna be my day for today. Who wouldn't be very excited by that? But also I do sometimes accidentally use his big ultimate, and although I like using it because, you know, it's big damage, it's incredible animations. Like I said, FLINS is just one of my favorite characters coming out recently. Also, we are not getting any pieces whatsoever right now. But yeah, both in terms of animation, playstyle, of course design, because just absolutely look at that. Like I said in my pudding videos, FLINS and RESIN are my two favorite design characters in Genshin at the moment. You know what, we have the big ult, let's just go ahead and use it, because he is absolutely aura farming in it, and yeah, this guy just gets absolutely deleted by it. We love to see that. A nice 20-second clear. Oh, no room in our artifact inventory, lovely. Let's just go ahead and salvage some relics. Let's just go ahead and get rid of all of those 3 stars, salvage that, and now we should have plenty of space in our inventory, at least hopefully. We're gonna go ahead and do a few more runs here. I don't want to take too much time doing this. Okay, attack percent. You know what, damn it, screw it, I'll just lock that. It's okay, I guess. It's not the best. We are looking for attack percent, and crit damage, of course, because the signature set will give him 30% crit rate. Also, you will see right now I am using him on Primordial Jadewing Spear. I know it's a decent weapon for him, although if we want to use it on anyone else, we can also use the not-quite craftable, which is what we will be aiming for once we actually have the set complete. But I needed Jadewing Spear in order to get a decent crit ratio, otherwise I'd have like 40 crit rate, 212 crit damage. Yeah, that would have been slightly awkward, and like I said, we are on two-piece attack, so we don't get any bonus crit damage from stuff like Marshall or anything like that. Also, another thing I like about the fact that FLINS, okay, absolutely deleted there, about the fact that FLINS uses Ino is that it allows me to use Farina on my other halves, and everyone knows just how valuable it is to be able to use Farina as much as you want. She's just so sought after right now. I mean, can we get at least one decent piece here? The answer is no. I don't want to go for single. I definitely don't want to go for a 3-line single crit piece, no crit piece. That is miserable. So can we at least get one good piece before we... I think what I want to do is I want to get one good piece, and then I will leave off and go farm a bit on my own, so that this doesn't become just all b-roll of me praying for good artifacts and getting absolutely nothing. So please, come on, you're giving me 3 times the rewards. You would expect at least something decent here. Can you show me 5 pieces? Okay, they showed me 5 pieces. I guess I just have to keep on asking for that. Oh, double crit sands, nice. That is one good piece at least. You know what, I'll also lock this, because remember, we are also looking for INEFFA pieces as well. So we will be leveling up for both FLINS and INEFFA. I know I keep talking about FLINS just because he is the brand new shiny unit, and we have had INEFFA basically for an entire version right now, which definitely doesn't feel like it, but yeah. So yeah, we also need some good pieces for her. But of course, it is the DPS set I want to focus on, because it's a bit more important than the support set, at least in my opinion. And also, the other good thing about this team is that, first of all, Sucrose and Ino don't really need much investment. I mean, if you take a look at my Ino right now, she's on a level 20 weapon, just on 2-piece energy, 2-piece EM, Constellation C5, nearly got that C6. I will need to keep pulling, and then literally 111 talents. So yeah, and then Sucrose also doesn't really need to have her talents leveled up either. It's just INEFFA and FLINS who require a bit of investment, but that's considerably lower than many other teams in the game. Okay, that's absolutely useless. Why are you giving me geo damage bonus? I think maybe 4 more runs or until the next good piece. We definitely need a lot of attack pieces right now, basically. Or we still need a good crit damage piece as well, because I don't think we have any of those right now. And okay, once again, this guy just gets absolutely melted. We love to see that. Now, will you give us something decent? The answer is... nope, absolutely. Okay, absolutely not. Lovely. Thanks, game. Okay, well, I guess we just have to go ahead and go again. I am looking forward to having to do this about 30 more times. in case you guys couldn't tell, I was slightly joking, although at the same time, I do like the gambling aspect of it, I suppose. Yeah, okay, FLINS, man, he's just such a cool character. I actually just can't. Like I said, him and RESIN are just my two favorite design characters in the entire game, and I mean, you guys are probably noticing type right here, or a similarity, dare I say. Xiao is also one of my favorites, so yeah, I mean, actually I don't want to remember Xiao because I still don't have a C6 Farazan, so I barely play him, and also he took me 160, basically 240 wishes to get, because we wished for him in during the Lantern Rite in 2023, didn't get him, so that was 80 pulls gone, and then I needed 160 pulls when I actually got him in the 2024 Lantern Rite, so yeah, I will not be forgetting that anytime soon. Okay, we definitely could have used our big ultimate there, but oh well, what can we do? So yeah, all of the emo, gothic male characters, definitely my favorite designs, partly because I do partially relate, and also just I think they are... It's just good design. Anyway, let's just go ahead and grab this EM piece. I think I'll do one more run here, because there's only so much waffle of mine I'm sure that you guys are willing to put up with. So let's go ahead and make this run count. And you know what? We're gonna use FLINS' big ultimate here. Maybe this will give us some luck. And let's see. Finish it off with a mini ult. Okay, he died slightly before that. Oh well. Well then, do we get anything decent before I go ahead and do 20 more runs by myself? The answer is, I'm not going to press the skip button. First of all, show me the right set, show me 5 pieces, now mind you show me 3 pieces. Okay, we don't need defense, but you know what, I'll lock it just in case. I'll lock it just because I'm a slightly bit desperate. But yeah, anyway, with that all being out the way now, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do like 20 more runs by myself, and then I will see you guys when we're back to leveling the artifact. So see you in a bit. Alright, well then people, with over 20 runs later, we have officially used 3 transient resin as well as 32 fragile resin to bring us to about 2,000 resin worth of artifacts. And what has that brought us? Well, not a lot, but a decent amount, an acceptable amount. It went better than our Harmonic Whimsy farming. So first of all, when it comes to our FLINS pieces, we have a few double crit flowers, 1 double crit here, 1 attack double crit, and then 1 attack single crit, 3 attack single crit, and then a crit damage circuit with crit rate as well. And then for our INEFFA on the brand new set, we have 2 double crit pieces, 1 double crit piece, actually 2 double crit pieces here, which is very nice. So I think we're gonna go ahead and start off with our INEFFA. So let's go ahead and start off with these 4 line crit start, and we of course start off by rolling defense, which is incredible. We do get crit damage once, which is very nice for us. And then when it comes to, okay, ER, I will take ER. ER is nice on INEFFA. Any more? Okay, another crit damage roll. We'll take that. Crit rate now, maybe. Okay, you know what? We take this. This is a good piece. I am happy with this piece. So let's go ahead and grab that. And then we have another double crit piece here, 4 line as well. Once again, we start off with crit damage. We get defense again. Okay, we get defense again. And we get defense again. Okay, lovely. Let's see if this piece rolls any better right now. Okay, we get defense, of course. Okay, now we get crit damage. Do we get okay, not crit. Now do we get crit? Do I want to waste the resources leveling these guys up? For the time being, you know what? Screw it. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. Do we get something? Okay, you roll into defense again. Great. Please tell me you don't roll into defense. You roll into defense again. Great. Well, this one is the best stat, so I guess I'll just go ahead and grab that, unlock that. And then here we have attack percent. You know what? I'm gonna wait for the attack piece first. I want to grab this crit rate circuit first, I think, and then see just how well this one will roll as well. So we are hoping for ER as well as crit damage here, please. Okay, we get 1 crit damage roll. Can we get some ER rolls as well? Nice. Now, once again, ER or crit damage. Okay, never mind, flat HP. I guess we'll take it, I suppose. And now we want to take a look at our crit stats. Okay, so we need more crit damage because we already have 80. Actually, that's using our existing pieces. So actually, if we take these off, what do we need more? Crit rate or crit damage? Okay, definitely crit damage. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some crit damage pieces here. So let's go ahead and grab that, and then also grab, do we have an ER crit damage? No, but we have an EM crit damage, so let's go ahead and grab this, I suppose. Level this up a little bit. Roll into crit damage, please. Please, any rolls? Okay, no rolls whatsoever yet. Maybe this one, as long as it gives us one roll into crit damage, we'll take it. Maybe, okay, still no. EM or crit, okay, it rolled into crit damage once, we'll take that. You know what, I think I'm just gonna unlock this piece. Oh wait, that's the wrong piece. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this piece. Actually, wait, I just realized we can use an off piece. Okay, I think I want to use, you know what, we'll level this one up first, because this has ER as well as crit damage. And then we do want to put her on an off piece. Okay, so that's one crit damage roll. That's... okay, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go for a 5 piece, and then later on we'll decide what we need to replace, because I can just use this to level up one of the FLINS artifacts. So let's go ahead and roll one more time. Okay, so you know what? This is how our INEFFA is looking right now. With 65 crit rate, 119 crit damage. You know what? We'll take that. 145 ER as well. We'll give some nice buffs as well. And then when it comes... now, let's go ahead and go into FLINS, because I do think this is the part everyone has been waiting for. So yeah, without further ado, let's first of all roll this flower. Okay, we start off with crit. Nice. Okay, we've only hit crit. We have no longer only hit crit, but okay, now we've hit every single substat. Okay, you know what? Well, 3 crit rolls is fine, but I want to see if we can do possibly better. Perhaps this piece will do a bit better. Let's see. Okay, that's an EM roll right away. Okay, never mind. This piece will not be better. You know what? At least it told us that early on. Can we get a decent piece here? Maybe plus 12. And let's see. Okay, some nice crit damage rolls. Can we get a bit of crit rate as well? Maybe. Let's see. Okay, this is a good piece. Actually, technically, it's the same amount of rolls as the other one, so we'll see which one we actually need more. We only have 1 double crit here, so I guess we'll just go ahead and level this up to max, because there's no reason not to. Some crit damage rolls would be nice. Okay, nice. One more time into crit damage. Nice. And now into crit rate. Okay, you went into EM. You know what? That's fine. Now we have another double crit sans here. So again, let's hope for some good results. 2 crit damage rolls and 1 crit rate roll at the minimum, pretty please. Would be much appreciated. Okay, that's a lot of flat defense. Please, no more. Okay, you know what? We did get the 2 crit damage rolls, but we didn't get the crit rate roll that we wanted. Okay, I'm gonna go for the circlet first, I think. We will get crit rate on the circlet. So this crit rate as a substat, I should specify, on this circlet. Okay, and we roll into it. Can we roll into it again? We roll into it again. Great stuff. Can we only roll into crit rate? Never mind, but can we roll 3 times into crit rate? Oh, yes, okay, this might be the best crit damage circuit on my entire account. You know what? I am very, very happy with that one. So let's go ahead and slap this on, go ahead and slap this on, go ahead and, okay, we already have that one equipped, and then I think I'll put this one on, and then let's go ahead and switch to a non-crit rate weapon and see how our substats are looking. So this is 38.1 crit damage to 232, 38 crit rate to 232 crit damage. So I do think we want to go a bit more crit rate heavy when it comes to our attack percentage. You know what, we could go for an off piece here, I do think. Do we have one which is very crit rate heavy? Let's see. Okay, wait, attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage. Okay, you know what? This one will probably go ahead and do the trick. So this ends up becoming 72 crit rate to 223 crit damage. I actually think that's a ratio I'm happy to take. Let's see. I mean, yeah, there's no double crit. There's no more crit rate we can get there. 6.6 crit rate's decent. If I wanted to get 45, I could. But you know what? I think this is the substats we're going to be going for. We don't have any ER on him, which isn't great. Maybe we'll you know what, we'll have to go ahead and see how FLINS feels, but I think this is our finalized builds for the time being. We could technically try leveling up one of the other attack piece sets, but this one's double crit with about 35% crit value, so you know what, I think we'll just go ahead and keep this. So yeah, that has been it when it comes to our character leveling. This is how our FLINS is looking. Technically, if I slapped on Jadewing Spear on him as well, then his crit rate would go up to 94.8 as well. So I'm not sure if Jadewing Spear or the craftable is better, especially at R1. I think Jadewing Spear might actually be slightly better, which is cool for us. So yeah, I will keep farming artifacts, so you know, there will definitely be updates to the FLINS build. What do you think? Do you think we need a bit more EM? Do you think we need a bit more ER? Be sure to let me know down below. And then also INEFFA, do you think I should keep around the set, or should I swap back to another 2-piece? I do quite like what the set is doing for us, so I think I'd rather stick with it, but let me know what you guys think is better. With that being said, I do think this has actually been a very, very successful artifact session compared to some of the ones I've had in the past. The Marseille ones were decent, but the Harmonic Whimsy one was absolutely miserable. So yeah, like I said, I'm very happy with this. Let me know how building your FLINS, building your Lauma, building any of your Notcrack characters has gone. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.